my name's Joshua. It's Monday, January 19th at 3:10 p.m. and I'm a highly decorated Rural Ranger commander. I'm a strong member in my church, and I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Shut up, bird. But anyway, I was looking at YouTube, and I found this video that Beck of Sweden did, and she was talking about how she got, diagnosed with her cancer, and her symptoms were totally different from mine. When they did a blood test on her, her white cells were way off the chart. Well, mine were completely different. My red blood cells were dead. I had I ended up getting 4 transfusions of blood, and my blood count dropped from 12.3 to I want to say about 5.6. I almost died, and it took them 2.5 years to figure out what was wrong with me. So, but it started out with me is I woke up one day and I had flu symptoms. My body was achy all over. I had a sore throat, a runny nose, and I went to the bathroom one day and I couldn't go. And when I finally did go, my urine was dark, like Coca-Cola dark. So I went to the doctor, and I said I thought I had a bladder infection or something. I don't know. So we did a scan on me, and he didn't find anything. He's like, well, you're bleeding from somewhere, so we're going to send you to a urologist. So they sent me to a urologist, and he took a look at me and said I was bleeding from my kidneys. Well, so they sent me to a kidney specialist, and he's like, well, we want to do a kidney biopsy on you, so you might have kidney disease. Well, they waited and waited and waited and waited for my blood count to rise. So in the meantime, they were giving me iron injections, and that was a painful experience. They gave me 9 iron injections, and my blood count came up not a bit. So they went and gave me iron infusions, and that would bring it up just a little bit. So they did the biopsy, and it turned out I had stage 3 kidney disease on top of this, IgA neuropathy. So after that, I thought I was getting better, and then one day I started getting migraines, and I had to go get iron infusions done again. So I was driving, and my car needed gas. Well, all of a sudden I had this headache came out of nowhere and hit me, and I clipped the curb coming to town, and this cop comes up behind me. So he pulls me over, and by this time my speech was slurred. Like I was drunk. But I didn't know what was going on, and he let me go. He gave me a warning and sent me on my way. He should not have done that. He should have immediately sensed something was wrong and took myself to the hospital. So I managed to get to the hospital, and I black out on him, and I received 4 pints of blood, 4 blood transfusions, and I was blacked out most of that day. People told me that they had conversations with me for hours, and I can't recall that conversation ever happening. They sent me to Mission. I had a lymph node biopsy, and I had a bone biopsy. The bone biopsy was the most painful, but the lymph node biopsy was really interesting. He had the shank, the steel shank, about yay long, and he stuck it in my neck. And when he pushed it in, he twisted it a little bit. Pushed it in an inch, twisted it a little bit. Pushed it in an inch, twisted it a little bit. And he pushed it in about 5 times, and he jerks it out. And there was all kinds of little pieces of flesh on it. So he's sitting on one side, and the nurse is sitting on the other side holding a cup. So I could see everything. They're sitting there knocking off the little tissue samples into the cup, and that's just freaking me out. And so they patch me up, and they send me back to my room, and about 15 minutes later he comes back and says, I hate to tell you this isn't a joke, but we gotta take a bigger sample, because he was talking to the lady that did the the test, and she said that I wasn't a big enough sample, so they had to do it again. And that was the most painful thing I can imagine. Shut up, bird. Terrible. But yeah, then they found out that I was stage 3 of 4 in Hodgkin's lymphoma, and I had like a 70% chance of living, so they started me on chemo immediately. So I'm down to 2 more treatments. See, February the 12th is my last treatment, and it's changed my outlook on everything completely. But if you think that you have these symptoms or something similar to it, you need to go get checked out. I wish everybody's doing all these Hodgkin lymphoma foundation. Everybody's got their own foundation. Well, if I knew how to make a foundation, I'd make a united one where all the funds get pulled together for Hodgkin's lymphoma research, because yeah, it's really, really treatable, and they say it's curable, but it's kind of in a way not curable, but it's just it goes into remission really easy. So, but still, it's like it's getting stabbed in the stomach to hear that you've got cancer. And my grandmother died of pancreatic cancer. She had 20% chance of living with surgery and chemotherapy, and she didn't fight it. She just lived. She just died. So, out of all of this, my new motto is never give up, never surrender. So, if you've got any questions, or I know more about Hodgkin's lymphoma, just send me an email, or you can hit me up on ICQ or Yahoo, or AIM for that matter. My Yahoo account name is M16_CARTRIDGES cartridges, and my ICQ number is 179-159-158, and AIM is, let's see, that exiled guy. Yeah. And then of course my Exiled Connections name on YouTube. So I hope this was helpful.